On day one, I'm going to send a legislative immigration reform bill to Congress to provide a roadmap to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants, take immediate action to protect dreamers, restoring refugee admission, raising the target to a minimum of 125,000 people a year in my first year.
Wow, admissions, huh? Joe Biden has pledged to undo all of President Trump's immigration policies. And this weekend, he had a call with Mexico's president on opening the borders. Yeah, all of this is happening right now as new migrant caravans are forming in Honduras in anticipation of Joe Biden's inauguration and the implementation of his new policies, more lenient policies. Joining us right now, a man who just wrote about this, John Daniel Davidson, political editor at The Federalist. John, what do you think Joe Biden's immigration policies will look like? Because believe it or not, he's trying to break something that seems to have been fixed.
That's right. Joe Biden's been pretty clear that he wants to loosen President Trump's more strict immigration policies and border control policies. And that's everything from COVID-19 precautions to asylum processes to programs like Remain in Mexico that have really helped deter border crossings over the last year or so. Just talking about relaxing these restrictions, whether or not Biden actually does it, will trigger caravans. It will trigger increased numbers of people trying to get across the border, and we're already seeing that in Central America.
You report that there's less fear about the coronavirus, and with the hurricanes slamming those beleaguered nations, those triangle nations, they're making their march again. And we're already seeing changes at the border?
Well, that's right. And what we're also seeing is that smuggling networks that profit off of illegal immigration, hundreds of millions of dollars a year at least, by charging Central Americans for passage north over the Rio Grande and into the United States. They are using Biden's election as a marketing tool, promising people that they will be able to get into the United States more easily now that Biden is going to be president, and that now is the time to come north. And that's why we're seeing these caravans form, and that's why we're about to see a sharp increase in illegal immigration on the southern border.
So you remember the catch and release policy. Remember, any kid could not be a child who came across the border. We don't know with whom. We don't know if their parent. They can claim whatever they want. They have to be released into the country. We had kind of solved that problem thanks to Mexico. This socialist president working tight with our president put his Marines at their southern border and has a remain in the Mexico at our southern border. It worked.
And part of the reason it worked is because Trump tied trade policy to border policy. Mexico's president and the Mexican elites care about trade more than anything. They don't want to do anything that upsets trade with the United States, and they showed that they were willing to cooperate with the United States on border control in exchange for having trade run smoothly. And the Trump administration was very clever in connecting those two things. But keeping that cooperation and keeping that partnership going is going to have to be something that both countries want to do, and the Biden administration doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, my hope is with everything on Biden's plate, if he does take over and there's no last-minute change by the Supreme Court, that he would say, I don't need to create this problem. The president solved it for now. Maybe I'll address that down the line. I do have that small bit of hope. John, thanks so much.
Thank you.